Welcome to the channel, everybody. So it's 7 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are at? Hey guys, good to be live again. Uh, Only been a week, but obviously we had a big week this week. Tournament did actually go off this week. Had some pretty decent things happen. A few hiccups. I'll be completely and totally honest about that. I'm going to be getting prizes out to everybody. I plan probably Tuesday. So for our winner, Erase, first off, I want to thank you very much. Appreciate you, man. 100%. So glad that you were able to be part of things. Also want to thank all of those who participated and also our runner-ups, CJ the Man, Fridge Pudding, Clap 25, and Dimensional Dreaming. I want to thank all you guys. It was absolutely wonderful, and I appreciate everybody for being part of things, for being involved, the whole 9 yards. Live chat. Let's make sure we're going. Get that going there. So, yeah, guys, absolutely wonderful this week. So obviously, we got quite a bit going on right now in game. It's been probably one of the worst weeks for Kabam, to be truthful with you. Obviously, they made a lot of errors this week. Probably one of the worst times I've seen for them to make errors. And I've been through a lot with them. We obviously had, the hiccup with the event quest. We had the hiccup with the mystical crystal disaster, to say the least. And now, of course, we were supposed to be getting some time to have war preseason that we could deal with, and get a chance for everybody to kind of get their tests in, figure out the new dynamics, all of that type of stuff. And here we are again, another thing they had to take down, to fix, because it didn't work right. It's a little disheartening, to be truthful with you, but it definitely doesn't change my opinions on the game itself, and overwhelmingly does not change my opinions on the community, because we do have such an amazing community. And I again absolutely hope that we can keep this game going for years to come. It has been what we're working into year 9 now of the game, and so obviously I would love to see it be at least another 9 years. Not just for the channel purposes, obviously, I do have the channel currently built all around Marvel Contest of Champions, but it really wouldn't take too much to find another game to build things around, but I don't want to do that at any point, if we don't have to. I definitely don't want any of us looking for a new direction to go in, because I know that's when we start, we lose some people. People go off in their own direction, people go do their own things and stuff, and not everybody's going to be on the same page. But we have, I believe last time I checked, it's 6 million monthly users at least in the game, and we just hit champion 251 in the game the other day. Honestly, I have her as a 5-star. We just got Silk added to the game. I haven't leveled her up yet, I don't believe. I think we're waiting on that level up right now. I did get to put some in, well, it would help if I was looking at 5 stars instead of 6, huh? Like I said, we got her awakened already, obviously. Actually got a few SIG levels into her. Hey, Gerald, great to see you. Doing some Acts 7.1.5 and lurking. Not a problem, man. Absolutely encourage you to do that. Do great. That is a fun level, if I remember right. It's been a minute since I went through that. And by a minute, I mean, about 2-3 months, I think. 2 months? I don't know. Either way, let me know how it goes. Let me know if you have any struggles on that. It's definitely a great thing. I love it when people are getting progress going in the game. Because I definitely want to see everybody getting as far as they can. That's what the entire channel is built around, is giving people the opportunity to see that it doesn't have to be done perfect, but we can all eventually get to those titles. So, not to mention on top of that, man, I really appreciate the support. Appreciate you stopping in and saying hi. So, tonight, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do some monthly EQ. I have not started Uncollected yet. I left it for the channel. As a matter of fact, I kind of like it when we do this, where we just sit there and let you guys decide who we're going to use for the evening, and we just go ahead and make a push on some of the levels. I'm going to let a few people get in before we start doing that, but obviously it is definitely something that is on my agenda for tonight. But it's something I promised the channel we'd do at least once a month. Kind of curious why I'm not getting chat over here. Gotta adjust a few things. By the way, guys, I don't know if you caught it last week when we did the announcement of the tournament. And again, I want to thank everybody who participated. We will be doing another tournament here very soon. We're going to do one, not this next Battleground season, but the season to follow. But with that being said, I am encouraging people to reach out as soon as possible so we can start putting together who all is going to be involved in that. CJ, hey man, great to see you. Appreciate you stopping in, man. Want to congratulate you again for your showing in the tournament. I do want to apologize to everybody that we haven't really put out too much as far as the tournament goes, other than just announcing on the community page how everybody did. I will take full accountability. I thought we were going to be able to send over gameplay footage a lot easier for everybody. I did get some of that, so I'm going to compile that and put it together for what we were able to get out there. Apologize that hasn't been done yet, but it is definitely something that I wanted to do a little bit more than what we were able to do with this. But that is something I'm working on addressing for the next tournament for sure. That tournament, like I said, will not be this next Battleground season, but it will be the one that follows. What we're going to do is we are going to, first off, hopefully up the number of participants. We will be looking at prizes for that tournament as well. Again, for those of you who did win prizes in this first tournament, I will be getting those out on Tuesday to everybody. Just had to work out some logistics issues. Thought it would be very easy as far as things, but of course it's a learning experience. first time hosting a tournament, had to figure out a couple things that I thought would go off a little easier than it did. But with that being said, we are definitely going to be looking at some prizes for everybody. Go ahead and give everybody some help here in the Alliance. Make sure everybody has access to their champions as quickly as possible. I always encourage that for everybody. You know, people are trying to do their grinds, no matter if it's the 3-day arenas where people are running after champions or units or whatever they're running after, but definitely on Sundays when you have so little time to get through all 3 arenas. But I do know that it is very possible to get all your points on all 3 arenas easily enough. Like I said, I think we're going to go ahead and do some uncollected here. Solid Snake, man. Appreciate you stopping in, bro. Good to see you. Thanks for the support tonight, guys. Appreciate everyone. So what I think we're going to do here, obviously I've been running some hero used, so just running the 7-star roster there. But what I thought we'd do is our monthly let you guys pick the roster night. We'll stick to the 6 stars unless somebody wants to see the 7 stars by chance. Want to place? Are we talking the new and improved roster as far as what do you got going there, CJ? Only did 1 arena this week and got me 6-star Jabari Panther. That is amazing, man. Congratulations on that. Not my 3 stars. Okay. Not a problem. Yeah, we can do a friendly before we get everybody into streams, and then we'll go over and do event quest on that. Go ahead, send me an invite. I've got my deck in place for the moment, or at least what I'm using. Are you looking to do Gladiator Circuit, or what are you looking at, man? Either way, just go ahead and send it over. I'll use whatever deck, and I have no problem with that whatsoever. We'll do a couple friendlies while we get everybody into the stream tonight, and then, like I said, right after that, we'll go over and start doing some monthly EQ and letting you guys control the roster for the night. 4-star Wolverine. Man, I have a 6-star Wolverine. We can do that. That's not a problem. By the way, Tiny, thanks for jumping in. Appreciate you, man. CJ, go ahead, send me a friendly request, and we'll run 1 or 2 friendlies real quick before we go over to the EQ. So, Tiny, I know you see me run my 4-star Wolverine into the ground for years. It was one of those things that for many years, 4-star Wolverine, 4-star Scarlet Witch, and 4-star Star-Lord were my EQ team. Or not EQ team, but do I not have you on my... How do I not have you on my friends? First off, you don't have to be on my friends list. You're in my alliance, man. But I do have to open up some spaces in the friends list at some point here soon, so that we can go ahead and add some more people on there. It's kind of gotten full at this point. But those were my AQ teams, more Alliance Quest team, for a long time, and then I moved over from there to yeah, man, Wolverine is definitely my favorite champion, and I know I'm not alone in that by far. I know that a lot of people, he's not only their favorite champion in the game, but one of their favorite champions in. Hey Cisco, great to see you, man. Appreciate you stopping in tonight. We're just gonna do a friendly here with CJ real quick, and then after that, we're gonna jump over and let chat control the roster while we do some EQ tonight. Because I didn't even pay attention to what you chose as the dynamic. That 7-star Hulk, man. God, I can't wait to get one. I'm going to do the shooting star quest sometime this week and try and pick up some more 7-star shards. I've actually got a pretty good opening set up for this week's crystal opening. So that's going to, I hope you guys look forward to that one. I know I personally am Hulk's rank 2 now. Yeah, congratulations on that. And I don't blame you whatsoever for having him rank 2. But that does make things a little interesting. Let's give you Jugs, although I'm sure you're just going to throw Hulk in there. Okay, Gallon. Let's use Hulk. But yeah, I mean, I've got a great opening. I'm you know, we took last week off from doing the big openings that we normally do because of the fact that with 4th of July and obviously the tournament, our budget for how much we can spend on the game this week or this month has more than been eaten up. Gotta get that. So, oops. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. Yeah. But so our openings have, you know, I wanted to build up a bigger opening before we did it, but we do have that in place. And you just walked all over my Jugs. I'm not surprised. That thing is gorgeous, man. Love having seeing that Hulk at rank 2. Definitely gonna be one of my top choices for my first rank 2 7-star in my opinion. But not sure. Obviously, you know, I don't even have him yet, so unless I pull him, that's going to be a little harder to do. But I do have some great 7-star options. Obviously, you saw Domino there. Is definitely one that I'll be looking at. We just pulled Bishop this week out of the pre-release bundle for Silk. That's how we actually got the extra 20 SIG levels into her as well. So we do have her to SIG 40 already as a 5-star. Would have loved to have pulled her as a 6 or a 7. Gonna have to see if we can't get it in the budget to make sure that we get Kindred as well. Already seeing some amazingly sick things with him. If you guys haven't faced Kindred or watched any of the videos on him or anything else, he is just a powerhouse. We are going to be starting another thing this week on the channel. As a matter of fact, I started getting the first parts of it set up before stream tonight. That is going to be an ongoing series for the next couple months. Basically, what I'll do is I'll do weekly updates on that. Okay, Domino did better for me than I hoped because I needed that because Titania really handed it to me. But what I'm going to do is I am going to start a brand new account tonight after the live stream. And we are going to use it to See how far somebody, if you had a family member, a loved one that decided they were going to start a new account, because you talked them into it finally. Yeah, Domino is just amazing. Like I said, if I don't get 7-star Hulk before I decide to do my first rank 2 7-star, it will either be Domino or Bishop, to be honest with you. And I mean, Overseer is definitely going to be one that will go to rank 2 at some point. By the way, guys, I forgot I planned on turning off the combo meter. Nah, man, don't dog yourself, man. I know it's every once in a while we all have bad days, but sometimes it's just a bad round or a bad day, or sometimes you're just me and you suck at this game a lot more than people want to understand. I doubt I already won unless you went down really quickly because Hercules just handed it to me. 2 of your defenders caught me in special ones and one shot at me. Oh, wow, man, I'm surprised. Good game, man. 100%. I'll give you a second showing before we go over to EQ if you want me to. Feel free. Send me one more. That's probably the best victory I've had in a couple days. I've been having a rough time in Battlegrounds, honestly. As you can see, guys, I'm stuck, unfortunately, at Silver 1. I keep getting up to 3 or 4 tokens and then just losing back-to-backs. And it's rough. Definitely want to get up there this season. I really was hoping to get... I don't know that I'll necessarily hit Gladiator Circuit. I know that's what most people expect out of YouTubers. I don't know a single YouTuber that I've personally set in a stream for that isn't at rank 1, or isn't at Gladiator Circuit. I know quite a few people in my alliance that are in Gladiator Circuit. I'm just not there. Yeah, America Chavez, absolutely another great champion. She, again, if it wasn't for the fact of some of the ones I've already pulled, she would probably be a top contender for rank 2 as well. Unfortunately, that's going to be the problem, is there are going to be far too many contenders that I have for rank 2 as 7 stars. Obviously, if we do the pre-release for Kindred and happen to pull him, he's gonna be really hard not to go to rank 2. Obviously, if we get him as a 6-star, he's definitely going to rank 5. But it's going to be a debate. It's going to be a serious debate on who our first rank 2 7-star is going to be. Right now, if I were to do it today, I think it'd probably be Bishop. It'd either be Bishop or Domino. But that's partially because I know how much stupid value they have. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean they're just killer champions. They can do so much. But it's definitely going to be a big choice, and it's going to be one that we're going to have to think out overwhelmingly, just because of the fact that rank, the materials that we're going to have to use to get our first rank 2 is going to be consuming. Not to mention the ridiculous amount of gold. I know I was doing a meeting with some of my officers the other night, and one of them was talking about the fact that for the first time, he actually ranked up so many champions that he got under 200 gold. God, I need to shut those off for now. Ignore the fact that I suck at combo meters, guys. First 7-star will either be Domino or America Chavez. Yeah, I don't think you're in a bad position as far as that goes. Just because that was something that just came up there. So, has everybody heard about the changes to the root mechanic? This was something that I saw today that, oof, that was a bad move. That may cost us if we can't keep him go. There we go. You know, Tiny and Cisco may remember this. Years ago, we had some members of an alliance that just absolutely, Hulk was everything to them. And he was good back then. And I understood why none of them ever wanted to stop playing him until, you know, obviously we got better champions in the game. But when he got this rework, oh my God, like he's so much better than he ever was even then. So I'm so in love with Hulk, and I'm so jealous of those of you that have been able to pull him as a 7-star. And definitely anybody who has been able to awaken him and pull as a 7-star, anybody who has been able to rank to him as a 7-star, I 100% understand your decision. Sarah, what's up with that? You hate this game? What's going on, man? Like, you normally are another one of my fans that like praise this game. Like, what's going on, man? Is it all the Kabam screw ups this week, or is it, or did you just have a bad week, or is it just because it sucks the entire soul out of your life? All things I 100% understand. Let's go ahead and put Gallon down here, or if I can. Probably one of the worst gameplay I've had with Hercules in a while. But that... Come on. Gallon. Tried to switch out of that. I want to get Shocker, but I don't think I will before the crystal changes. But Kabam's trolling. It's legit stopped on Shocker and then rolled over to Annihilus. I know how to spell his name. I just want to rank 3 him and play him. I feel you on that one, man. There's so many times that those troll rolls are enough to frustrate the crap out of you. CJ, great one with Quicksilver there. Obviously did quite a bit of work against Jugs there, but not surprising. I'll tell you, man, like, you've seen it repeatedly. Yeah, I gotta agree with Cisco. One of the things that I tend to try and do is every time I spin those things, it's an emotional wreck to spin crystals in this game. That reel will screw with you so much. That being said, I definitely feel you. You guys know I've spent over. I've not spent, but well, I mean, spent enough shards for. I think we're at 56 featured hero crystals on those 6 stars, looking to awaken Wolverine and have it. I mean, I have the gems. I could awaken him that way. But I don't, honestly, as much as he's my favorite champion in the game, as much as he is my favorite champ. By the way, CJ, you definitely won this one. Had to give that one up to you. Yeah, Cisco's 100% right. Team Pop for the win, man. First off, it will save you so much emotional damage. That is something to keep in mind 100%. Team Pop for the win. I've seen it so many times where you stop putting them on the reel and just pop those crystals, and you're more likely to see the champions that you want to see, especially if you're doing them in batches. It was one of those things that for the longest time in the community, I don't know, those of you that may or may not remember for years how much the 3, 7, or 10 philosophy was. Meaning if you pop them in batches of 3, 7, or 10, you are more likely to have good pulls. I don't know that that's still a philosophy in the community. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it that much. Gave you I'd like to say that I gave you that win, CJ, but you definitely earned it, and I definitely screwed up against Hercules there. 6.2.2 completely killed me, Mr. Sinister, with Overseer, because I had no counter. It was like 400 units. Never stopped healing. Gotcha. Okay, guys, a couple friendlies in there. Just wanted to support my mate real quick there. But I think we're going to go ahead and get over to Uncollected and go ahead and run some pass here. But I will let you guys. Also, when I want a champion, I hoard for as long as I can, and most of the time I get him. Yeah, I mean, we did get Wolverine as a 6-star already, like I said. The 6-star Awakening gem, I know they're becoming more common, and it's definitely going to be something that is easier to do that way. But I have a hard time pulling the trigger of using it on Wolverine when I have so many other champions that I could use it on. Obviously, I've got Kitty here, Scorpion, Hulkling, Shang-Chi doesn't necessarily need it, Black Widow, Clairvoyant, Abomination. Tanya, hi, how you doing? Great to see you. Appreciate you stopping in tonight. I don't think I've seen you in chat before, but absolutely love seeing new people joining the channel and stopping in and everything. Thank you so much for the support. So guys, this is the deal. You guys get to pick the roster for tonight and we'll switch it after each and every run. Let's go ahead and start off. I'll just kind of give you guys a preview of what's available for champions and Chat can call it out. Anything that any champions you want to see me use in this, feel free to shout out any champion you see on the screen. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot that right now Kabam needs to fix, but that Express on Arena is definitely one of the ones that has got to get addressed. It has been such a valuable tool for so many people, and not having access to that is 100% a problem. AB, nice to see you, man. Appreciate you 100%. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, we're back to broken sleep again. As a matter of fact, I ended up having to take a nap this afternoon just to kind of revitalize myself a bit before we went on live stream. Just so that I knew that I had the energy so that we could go for as long as possible tonight, because I want to give you guys a good stream for a while. I have the energy refills, so we can push quite a bit of the uncollected event quest here, and we can rotate through the roster as much as everybody wants. As a matter of fact, the only 3 champions that are currently tied up are Hercules, Nick Fury, and Tigra. Outside of that, everybody on the roster is 100% available. So let me know, guys. Is there anybody you want to see me use? First person to call out is who we will use. I will show you my 7-star roster, but we'll probably leave them on the bench for the moment. Where are the rest of my 7 stars? Oh, that's why. Still have science selected. Especially science, I pay for it for the reason I buy the sigil, so I hope they fix it soon. Yeah, I agree, man. It is one of the biggest benefits to the sigil itself is having that express mode. It is definitely not the only benefit to it, but it's definitely a great one. Where did we lose Shocker at? I know I have him. Am I going blind or what? Do I not have a 6-star Shocker? Shocker's tech. I don't know. Guys, I apologize. I'm a little off today, but it's okay. Yeah, I've had some killer 7-star pulls. I 100% acknowledge that. Still haven't gotten the one I want, though. So, yeah, I know, Cisco, wrong class. Threw myself off there. Anybody else? Feel free to call out champions. Any class, any 6-star that I have on the roster, there are obviously there are some I am still missing, but I do have access to quite a few that we can use. Some that I know some people haven't seen much of yet. But we are still working on getting everybody up to at least Wiccan and Viv. Okay. Let's grab Wiccan here real quick. And then we'll jump over to Viv. Oh, Tanya, are you okay? I did lawn care for a lot of years. I actually ran a grounds crew for a cemetery, and then I worked for a couple lawn care companies. You got to be really careful on that. I hope that that didn't land you any kind of hospital time, but I'm guessing probably at minimum stitches. Are you okay? Um, God with Shocker by far my favorite champion. I used the 5 star. Hopefully, I can get the 6 star. He's going to be one of my main champions on my account. Yeah, Samurai. Um, I understand it when you're locked in on really wanting that one champion, and definitely already have plans on taking him up. It is frustrating when you don't see him, uh, but hopefully the next batch of featured crystals that you open will get you him. He will. I will be blessing your crystals. So who else are we looking for here, guys? We got Starkey in. No, it cut my toenail. Okay, you got lucky there, 100%. Uh, yeah, save 3. Like I said, there was a theory in the community for quite a while, and it worked for years. 3, 7, and 10. Like I said, those were the magical numbers. If you popped in batches of 3, 7, or 10, you were normally more likely to pull good champions. Um, by the way, Tanya, again, I'm so glad that it was just the toenail, but I have seen some nasty toenail loss before. I had a friend of mine years ago that lost his toenail in a mosh pit. And, well, didn't lose it initially, I shouldn't say, but he did end up losing the toenail. And it took a few weeks after the mosh pit, and it got pretty nasty. So be careful on that. Keep it taken care of. Make sure you're doing everything you can to address it there, and be careful. 100%. I want everybody healthy. Samurai, some level 8 or 7 incursions, possibly. Yeah, let me hit you up after stream tonight. Kind of depends on how long we go on stream tonight, because it is definitely going to be one of those things. I want to go for a while tonight. Probably going to try and do a little longer stream than we normally do. Kind of depends on how a few things work out here. I need to go shut those off. Let's get him up to that special 1. After this fight, I'm going to jump over to the settings real quick and shut off the combo meter. Not because of the combo meter itself, but just because I do think I have noticed it seems to somewhat interfere with the game to a point. Come on, give me that SP1. There we go. And because, well... Oh, ouch! Yeah, I've seen great gameplay with Shocker. I just haven't used him that much yet, so he is definitely going to be one that that's another thing that I'm going to start after we get these final videos out on the Paragon series, which we will be finishing up this week. That didn't mean to push him into the SP2 there. That was... Come on, get off that unstoppable. And there we go. SP2 and heavy, he's dead. Okay. Yeah, he's, like I said, he's just a champion I haven't used a lot. Give me 1 second. I'm going to run over and adjust these settings real quick. I meant to do it before stream, but I had a couple things come up before stream there. So, and kind of got a little bit behind on a couple things. It's not that. Is it? That's not what I want. That's... Oh, that's the one I want. Disable combo tractor. Okay. Sorry, guys. Forgot what I was doing. I'm awaiting your stream, so... Oh, you have a good one. Yeah, Tanya, thanks. I appreciate you coming in. Absolutely appreciate the support 100% there, guys. Yeah, you want a SP1 like 2 or 3 times like Kingpin, and 50% if you SP2 you walk to hold heavy till charged and then go to 0. Yeah, like I said, I just don't use him that often, so it is definitely one that I'm not used to. As a matter of fact, to be honest with you, outside of Stark Enhanced Spider-Man here, guys, everybody that you chose on this one is one I haven't used very much. Tanya, again, thank you 100% for stopping in. I hope the toe gets better quickly. But thank you for the support. Thank you for stopping into the stream tonight. Feel free to hit me up on Mind Chat or Discord anytime if you need to talk or want to talk or whatever. Or especially if you want to be part of any of our tournaments. We will be doing... That is going to be an ongoing thing on the channel here, guys. It probably will not be every season initially until I get a couple other things in place. Definitely learned quite a bit of an experience this time that we picked up. So we will be using the learning time that we got from this one to make things even better for the next one. Next tournament will not be the next season of Battlegrounds, but it will be the season after. So we're going to take this next season off, and then the season after that, we will be returning back to Battlegrounds, or back to the tournaments. Probably won't be 3 stars on the next one, to be truthful with you. I'm going to be doing some talking and deciding a theme for that one as well. But if I get enough people asking for the 3-star tournament again, it will definitely be something we do. Either way, we're going to do it several more times. But I'm thinking I want to do a few different themes for the different tournaments. I know that at some point I will probably allow everybody to just go ahead and use their best decks. But I also don't want to limit people's availability. Come on, get me a few dexes in here so I can get some charges up. So I do want to make sure that everybody has as much opportunity as possible. Definitely one of those things that I don't want people to feel like that they're limited just because of the fact of the size of their roster. I like to make sure that everybody has a chance for the inclusion. And if you are a smaller account and you're going up against, even a roster like mine, or somebody who has had the opportunity to, whale out, I don't want to limit people or deter anybody whatsoever. So definitely something that I'm encouraging that everybody gets a chance in these. I want to keep a little bit more skill based and a little less roster based. So I know I had a few people asking about possibly me doing it as a 4-star tournament at some point. And that will be something that we look at. There's several different ideas I have in place. I'm also working with a couple other YouTubers on some things for doing tournaments, as well as we've got a couple other things in the works. So stay tuned. I never like to be that vague, but I also never want to put out too much information before everybody has a chance. So I want to make sure that everybody is looking at that. Like I said, another thing that we've got coming on the channel here, starting this week, I'm gonna put it together tonight, and what I'll do is I'll do a weekly update, but I am gonna start a new account and see how far playing casually we can get from now until the banquet event. So if you're trying to encourage a family member, a loved one, a friend, whatever, to get into the game, and they feel overwhelmed and like that they don't have a chance because because we are 9 years into the game, there's 251 champions, there's so many game modes. It'll be something to show them. Yeah, I will be looking at doing calls on stream at some point soon. That's something, not only is it part of the Discord server itself that I have to figure out. As a matter of fact, I have it set up that we can do voice calls. It's less about the Discord server and more about me losing badly with Viv. But more so about me looking at a couple things on my own personal setup that I have to do some adjustments on. Today was supposed to be a bit more of that, but I had a really long night last night. I ended up working a bit longer because we were actually busy for the first time in months. So I had to take advantage of trying to make as much money as I could. I've talked to a few of you in recent conversations. I took a huge hit from the time I started the channel here to now, with what I was making. My pay literally got cut by 2/3. And I'm still putting in 6 days a week at that job. So I am currently in the midst of trying to transition to a different job so that I not only can make up for the loss of pay, but also so that I can start streaming more often. I'd like to get to the point where we could start doing at least 3 or 4 streams a week. I enjoy them overwhelmingly. I'm so grateful to you guys that I want to be doing them more often. We've got a lot of our video series is out already. We are definitely starting another one. Sorry, Samurai, I just made Shocker look really bad. But we'll talk about him a little bit more tonight. I know I'm going class disadvantage here. Screen frozen. Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. Let's see what's going on with that. First off, I'm gonna get... Why are we having issues? Okay, give me just 1 second here, guys. I'm gonna do one thing and this will fix that. All right. That's another thing I have to address. I think that might be an issue with the cord I use for everything. And I need to get a better cord. I think I've kind of worn out. Sorry if that was extremely loud. I apologize, guys. But that should fix the screen issue there. Although that was kind of bad timing for the pause. Yeah, I mean, guys, I've said it before. My goal for the channel is to constantly be improving 1 to 2% every time we do something, be it the tournament, be it the live streams, the videos, my editing techniques, my gameplay. As a matter of fact, if anybody saw the Paragon series video I just put out, need some 90s rap. Yeah, I got another thing I'm working on there too. When you join the call later, I'll teach you. We can do that, man. Definitely. We've got a few things to talk about anyways. So, I got a few people I need to talk about quite a bit of stuff with. I've been trying to catch up on so much this week. Taking Tuesday off kind of set me back. But I really just didn't have a choice. Honestly, I just kind of got so worn out that my body just started shutting down. And I just had no choice. I had to use the day to recoup some. I do appreciate everybody in the community that was extremely supportive about it. And I am working on getting some things in place so that even when I need to do things like that, you guys never miss out on anything. You know, I have a library of things out there right now, and I am continuing to build that library. I keep getting myself just far enough ahead to try and get things built up. By the way, guys, I've gotten so spoiled on fighting Scorpion with Nick Fury that I don't really have to try against Scorpion most of the time, so this first fight against him is definitely not going as well as I planned because I threw it off a bit. Nick, I just normally just bleed him so bad that he can't do anything against me. Um, uh, so, yeah, we have a few revives. It's not a problem. We'll get him. It really shouldn't take much. And honestly, we can do it even if we don't have to. By the way, guys, I just got a thank you from a channel member / alliance member that I do want to shout out for our community here. We did put up a poll last night for one of my members who had asked about awakening a couple of their champions, and I offered to put the poll out for her, and she just said thank you to everyone. So 100% thank you everyone for voting on that poll. I'm always willing to give my opinions, but sometimes it does help having the community shout out too. So let's go ahead and do another selection here and decide who we're going to use next. Let's see. May not have been the greatest showing with that particular team. I'll fully admit it. Let's go ahead and put up the 7 stars again. But feel free, guys. Let me know who you would like to see for this next team here. Got quite a few that we are looking at trying to get our resources in place because we need to get everybody ranked up eventually. I'm working on getting all my 6 stars up to at least rank 3. But as many of you know, that is not cheap to do. The resource cost can be quite a bit there. So let's go ahead and look and see. Anybody feel free to shout out any champions you see, and we will do the next path with whatever team you guys choose. But I'm going to go ahead and check one thing here real quick before we check the next team. Obviously, we got everything in place. There's only a few champions I haven't put any levels into yet that will be going up next level up event. Still working on addressing quite a bit. Downside to a large roster is the cost there. So we'll just go ahead and rotate through here. I know we got a few people in the stream here. So shout out any champions you see that you'd like to have me use this time. Do a synergy team. We could do a synergy team. I'm trying to think. You know what? If we're going to do that, let's do one of my favorite synergies, because this one is so much fun that I used it for quite some time. I know a lot of people won't necessarily think of it the way I do, but it is a lot of fun. Loki, and then let's throw in Wolverine because we get a chance to, and let's go ahead and throw in Proxima Midnight here. New champions. First off, that's not right. Who didn't go in? Okay, so I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna do one with an old one, and then we'll do another synergy team with newer champions and try and build something that way. But let me see here that there's no. I don't have everybody I need on either of those paths, but I think this path will probably be the better one to try and do this. Obviously, we're not going to get our charges built up all the way here, but let me show you, since we got a synergy call here. Corvus was a champion that I used the crap out of for quite some time. I know I'm not the only one. As a matter of fact, by the time I started using Corvus repeatedly and started using this synergy team, it was because I had my entire alliance getting on me that I wasn't using him. It was one of those ones. He was one that I slept on a bit longer than most people. But this synergy, just the Corvus Heimdall Loki synergy in itself is phenomenal. But throwing in the extra 2 champions in there to just boost him a little extra bit can be invaluable. Now, I will tell you guys, I could honestly turn around, and I probably should have just for this purpose. And my 5-star Corvus has done so much work that, especially, I ran 5-star Corvus, 5-star Loki, and 6-star Heimdall as my AQ team for quite some time after I finally put Wolverine down. Mostly just because once I figured out what Loki and Heimdall did for Corvus, like I use the crap out of Loki because I love it. I really do. I think he was underrated for far too long. But what I learned that I could do, how many potions and revives I could save just by, I had a maxed out 5-star Corvus that carried me through so many AQs and so much content that I really honestly got too attached to him for a while. But this synergy itself will save you potions and revives. I put out a video early on the channel about this. Obviously, I haven't needed the potions or revives or even needed to heal whatsoever on this path, but Corvus will do so much work. As a matter of fact, one of my alliance mates this week, we were talking about the fact that we moved up in maps in AQ, and somebody was asking what path they should choose just to decide who to bring in. And instead it was, the actual answer that was given was, you can either plan your champions for the path, or you can just go ahead and bring in Corvus and it doesn't matter. And Corvus was pretty much the answer to so much stuff until Hercules came out that done right, Corvus will 100% walk you through content. And if you can boost him up with a decent synergy, like I said, personally, I don't think there is a better synergy to keep Corvus as a just walk through everything than having Loki and Heimdall with him. But yeah, I mean, this is, if you guys want to see me actually look like I know what I'm doing on this game, this will probably be one of the best showings that that you'll see on the channel. Outside of what I started to mention a little bit ago, which was my run through 744 that I just put up on the channel yesterday, was the first time that I made it through an entire path in Act 7 without using a single revive. And really happy about that. It definitely shows that I have been working on my skills. And I wasn't even doing that with Corvus, to be truthful with you. As a matter of fact, we didn't have him anywhere near the team. I don't remember if I had Hercules on that one or not. I did most of the work with Hulk, honestly. Hulk and Nick Fury. And let her get that, and that's all she wrote on that one. So, and this isn't even full charges. Like, if we had full charges, like, this would have went even smoother, and I don't know that it could go smoother. I love Corvus. I got really good with him, and he makes me look better than I really honestly am at this game. You know, we only have 2 of the 4 possible charges on him. Gotta get through Scorpion's Instinct here, but it's okay. Not worried about it. And heal up a little bit, and oh, I thought that was going to be it. There we go. There we go. So, like I said, guys, I can do amazing work with Corvus. He's just fun. So, that'll be the first synergy we do, just because it's a fun one. But, since it was requested to do some synergy teams, let's go ahead and look at some newer champions as a synergy. Who do we have? Yeah, Shocker's lit. I just did Winter Soldier with an 8K PI Shocker in 150 hits. Yeah, man, I will tell you, I've been running a few tests on a few other champions similarly. If you want to test out a champion, I don't know if you have her, Lady Deathstrike with proper synergies will do even better. I agree, man. But at the same time, if you just did that with the 5-star, maybe try and do the try and use the 5-star to get through where you're stuck. I know they don't get the full advantage, but it definitely still can be done with 5 stars, guys. 5 stars are not dead. Let's see. Newer champions here. Let's build a team around Kate Bishop. Right now I have ranked 3 champions. Yeah, I got a 3-star. She doesn't even need them. She shreds. Yeah, she does. Axe 6.2.3. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head which one that one is, guys. I apologize. I don't always... I check... As a matter of fact, why am I... Well, it shouldn't be in these notes, is it? It's in my other notebook. Give me a second here. 6.2.3. Trying to remember... That was 6.2.6. And I don't have that one written down right now. I normally consult my notes, but I would have to consult my video to kind of... Is the one with Omega and the D-Gen. Omega Red and the D-Gen. Okay. If you got 10 Furies, you D-Gen and you got a heavy to remove them. Okay. Trying to think. Guys, I've got some great people in here right now. Somebody shout out a way to get through that for him without... And if not, when we get on call tonight, man, I will talk you through it a little bit more. Let's see. Let's throw Hawkeye in here. Who else? We'll throw 7-star America or 6-star America Chavez. Screw it. We're throwing in the 7-star. Let's do... And for the last spot, I guess we're bringing out Kamala Khan, because, you know, that's never said. Just doing X6 slowly. That's mostly annoying one. Once it's done, it's done. I get it, man. Trust me. That's my philosophy on most things. It's the entire philosophy of the channel, to be truthful with you. You know, a lot of these type of things a lot of these levels, you can run into a roadblock, but once you figure out a way to get around it, it can do it's done. I mean, you can always revisit it when you have bigger champions later, if you feel like the resources are worth it. Obviously, some of the different levels are definitely not worth going back for. There are some that even aren't worth it, but there's no choice. You do need to go back for them. Did not mean to let him get the SP3 there. Act 6, there is a lot of fun in it, but it can also be annoying. Just like Thor Ragnarok was there for a second. So that should not have went down that quickly. Let's just go ahead and let Emma finish him. And then we'll bring Kate back in after this. But we'll do a couple different new synergies here in a minute. We're going to start with the Kate Bishop one just because she's one that I need to learn to use a little better, because I have heard just absolutely amazing things about how good she can be. So I need to practice up on her, so I thought we'd go ahead and start with her. But after that, maybe we will try somebody else a little newer. Not that Kate isn't extremely new as well. So, America, let's go ahead and put a little bit of showing with her. She is another one that I have not worked with nearly enough. But I do know that her thing is getting the different dimensions up. And then going from there. So let's go ahead and see if we can't get her built up enough and watch her destroy people. You have her at rank 2? Okay. Yeah, it's definitely going to be one of those things, guys. Like I said, we've got so many series that I want to start doing. We're going to do the new account for the next several, all the way up until the banquet event. We are going to start doing some deep dives into champions. I want to make sure that I am starting to explore the roster a lot more. I have a lot deeper roster than a lot of people. And not necessarily the level of experience with them that I should have. So I'm going to take the time to address that. Samurai, do you have Doom? I don't remember we've talked about your roster before in the past, but if I remembered every single person's roster that I've ever talked about, no Doom. Okay. He would be my choice for Omega. I have 21 6 stars, been Cav for like a week. Okay, I mean, first off, congratulations on becoming Cav. It is definitely a bit of a work to do. And it's amazing. I was actually talking to one of my officers the other night, who recently became Cav himself, and talking about how much of a difference it does for your roster, how much all of a sudden things start taking off, and exponentially even more so once you get to Thronebreaker. And obviously beyond that, into Paragon. And it is one of those things, guys. Do not hold yourselves back. I know there are so many of us that worry that you can't necessarily handle content, but at the same time, that content will make it so that you can progress. Yeah, Doom makes a lot of things a lot easier. Yeah, Cav wasn't that bad for me. It took me a month, but Thronebreaker just annoying. Yeah, I 100% get that. You've got the worst match in the game coming up here soon, in my opinion. it's 100% that Grandmaster fight. Be prepared for that one, because. But I will also tell you, yeah, the Grandmaster is 100%. I've